the Josh Zodiac podcast.
They're shutting down AOL dial-up. My thought is exactly that. Really? They still have that? 134,000 people still used.
Whoa. Are you serious?
Yes.
Whoa.
All I can remember is, when was the last time you saw a fucking CD, let alone an AOL CD? CD players no longer exist in any computer or laptop for that matter. So therefore, that's dead. Okay, you need to have an external for that in order to run AOL dial-up. So if you are living in BFE or some other remote location, not even van life, because you need a landline to do this.
Yep.
Okay? Anywhere, 134,000 people. My point is, why wasn't this done like 20 years ago?
Josh Zodiac, turning loud, breaking limits, breaking crowds through the fire where the warriors roam. This is Apex, this is Battle Home. Josh Zodiac, where legends collide. Feel the power, let it amplify.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the greatest podcast you've never heard of. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Josh Zodiac podcast, the podcast that has no real agenda and no real script, as far as you know. This is the podcast that, and I'm sure we've said this before, but this is the podcast that wishes that every day was Rusev Day. Normally, the weekend of a PLE, we would talk about said PLE, but it was on at 6 in the fucking morning. I'm not getting up I wouldn't even get up for a girlfriend at 6 o'clock in the morning. Hence why I'm single. But we do have some news stories that have been itching at me since our little hiatus for it's been about a month since our last episode. But
it's been a minute. Yeah.
Before we get into the news, I got to introduce my cohorts here. First, sitting down here on the bottom, the youngest one in curls, we got the creator of the Charles Richardson Show, Charles Richardson. Sir, welcome back to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Wow. See, things have not changed.
They love me even though I'm penniless.
Well, you know, they're not gold diggers.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And sitting to my right, the creator of the repeat movie viewer YouTube. I can't even talk today.
You suck, you jackass.
The creator of the repeat movie viewer YouTube page and the Psycho Nerd podcast, none other than the Psycho Nerd.
Move this man.
Oh, wow.
Apparently, I have to insult him in order for him to get his shit right. So go figure there. No sunglasses today.
You know, it's fun. I'm glad you brought that up because I was taught when I went home in early September for a week. I was talking to my buddy Ben, who was one of the people that helped me start doing this podcast, and he was like, "Can I offer some criticism?" I said, "Please. I don't get any feedback from anybody. Please tell me something." And he's like, "It's funny that you do the gimmick with your brother, with the different sound bites. That's funny. It works. Lose the sunglasses." And I went, "Okay." That's all I had to hear. I'm like, "Okay." But he was like, if you did a gimmick to where you wore a different kind of sunglasses every time, I'm like, yeah, I ain't got that kind of money. So I can barely pay anything.
I can barely buy a taco.
You mean tell me you can't go to 7-Eleven and get some of those gay sunglasses that cover half your face?
You're out of your goddamn mind. That's not happening.
Those Seth Rollins glasses?
Oh, how dare you, sir? You know how much I hate that motherfucker.
No, you love Seth Rollins.
I do
awesome.
not. I do not. Speaking of Seth Rollins, we won't talk about the PLE, but I will say this: that was one of the best PLEs I've seen in a couple of months. It was a B+, and I know no PLE is perfect, no match is perfect. Although I will say this, that AJ John Cena match, 5 stars. It was fucking glorious. It was beautiful. Way too many false endings on that one, but I get what they're trying to do.
Well, hopefully I check it out sometime in the next few days.
Yeah, it's definitely worth watching.
I haven't even seen
He's probably
Fashion
checking out
Paris
before the
yet.
end of the year.
Yeah. Well, he's got my VPN now, so he can, partake.
Oh yeah, I need to try that out later.
Oh, shit, I went old school. I actually paid for the shit.
Fuck that shit. I ain't got
I'm
no
a
$30 a
loser.
month for PLEs.
I don't either, apparently.
I don't need it.
ESPN and WWE can kiss my fat ass.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. As soon as I heard they were doing that $30 a month deal, I was like, yeah, screw y'all. I ain't doing it.
It's
No,
not
it's funny.
$9.99 anymore.
I miss those days. He bitched about $9.99. I'm like, dude, I wouldn't bitch about that now. It's funny because I have Verizon and they're offering me a promote. It's $20. I get Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN, Netflix, and HBO Max for $20 for all 5 services. And
what
I'm like,
the hell?
yeah, I'm like,
hold on a second. Are you getting the ESPN Unlimited?
is that
There's 2 tiers.
Oh, there's 2. It just said ESPN. Huh.
You have ESPN
I have
Unlimited.
to look into that because if it's
Because I had ESPN.
oh, so did I.
I had the Disney bundle. I still have the Disney bundle. I just had to upgrade. But I had the Disney bundle with ESPN, and you had to get the new one.
Of course, they would do a 2-tier one, wouldn't they?
Yeah, of course they would.
I don't know because I tried to go on to ESPN Plus on Google, and it took me straight to it wasn't even ESPN Plus anymore. It was just ESPN.
Yeah, because you had to upgrade the app, but it's like nowhere did it say the ESPN Unlimited. I had to learn the hard way.
No, that's fucking bullshit.
Oh yeah, of course they're not going to tell you that.
No, of course not.
Why would they want to make it easy for you? Listen, even if I had I got I got a lot of cash. I want to spend it. Where do I go? Oh, we're not going to tell you that.
The titty bar.
Probably get more entertainment too.
Yeah, man, I don't know if I wanted to be teased and not get laid, I'd still be married. So
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But would you get teased enough to where you actually like the tease?
Well, yeah, that's a whole different story.
See, you go into that spot. Anyway, we get off stuff.
We do have a couple of news stories here. Going forward, we will be doing quick reviews of Raw, SmackDown, and then talk about a couple of whatever news stories happen to pop across my TikTok or Facebook feeds. The first story, and this has been ongoing for a while, at least a couple of weeks now, and this the whole thing with Mandy, the artist formerly known as Mandy Rose. There have been allegations of her grooming younger ex-WWE and NXT female talent to follow her into the subscription platforms like OnlyFans, and I think Fansly, is the other one.
I heard about that.
Yeah. People are like, well, what the hell is she doing? And Mandy has actually explained that WWE talent are independent contractors with no job security. So building personal brands is smart business. Mandy's success became a blueprint for others, not a recruitment shame. She's proud to show other women how to take control of their careers and refuses to apologize for it. Now,
she's proud to show other women the natural beauty.
But here's
between her arms.
But here's my thing about this. And this can go back when WWE and Playboy had their little partnership where they had Tori Wilson and Sable and a slew of other women that were and they allowed that because WWE got a little slice of that pie. Now, with this, WWE doesn't get a dime off of whatever content they create. And
as LA Knight would say, "Nene."
Yeah, and I know some of them, like Selena Vega, she does more of a cosplay OnlyFans.
Right, she does.
There's some weirdos out there, and some of them have where they play video games and shit like that, and that's cool. But there's going to come at least this is how I look at it. There's going to come a time in your life when Of course, they're making more money in a month than they made in a year in the WWE, which tells me there's a lot of sad, lonely men out there and women. There are women that do it too. But there's going to come a time in your life when you're going to have a family, you're going to have a husband and kids. Those kids are going to eventually one day find out that mommy was on OnlyFans and was nude.
Not only nude, she was entertaining.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with Charles. I know Charles always laces his comments. So how do you feel about this whole situation?
Well, I definitely would lace some ropes across Mandy. I can tell you that much. She needs to be controlled and tied up and ball gagged and taken from the rear. But all kidding aside, though, on the serious point, I fully believe that if WWE does not want you to go ahead and do something like this, I think it needs to be written in the contract. Now they are contracted. So I'm sure that there are clauses. So when she says that they're independent contractors, fair enough, fair game. But apparently, I think that's a loose term because if you work for WWE, you can't go to AEW, you can't go to New Japan, you can't do this. So in a way, that sounds like you're an employee. To be honest with you, it really does. If you're independent contractor, okay, so you have to pay your own health insurance if you get injured out of the ring. Okay, that's independent. You have to provide your own airfare, your travel, and your hotel. All right, that's independent. But as far as you doing other things, you need your contract.
Well, some of the bigger stars, they negotiate to where they get the travel and some of the medical put into their contract, which is smart. But those are for the big name people like the Brock Lesnar's, the Seth Rollins, the Becky Lynch's. And that makes sense. They want to protect them. But when you're up and coming, you're fairly new. Like I can't even think of it. Like Lyra Valkyria, use her as an example. She's still up and coming. So if something shitty happened to her, she's on her own.
Mm-hmm.
But she's saying there's no job security in WWE. Even on a subscription platform like that, what happens if you start to fall off? Again, there's no job security, and then you got to go get a real fucking job. Or
the job security though in that one is your own self-image.
Yeah,
and exactly. As long as you keep your own self-image tight, then you're fine. But you're right. Eventually, it's going to drop off. But again, eventually, you're not going to be able to wrestle either.
Yeah, and
there's going to be that eventually. So hopefully, eventually, you get those sick, horny bastards that are paying you $9.99 a month, and you put some of that into a 401 select plan. You can go ahead and retire at the end. And when your titty starts sagging and the breast milk starts drying up, and the vag gets a little gross and disgusting, it just it turns into an outie instead of an innie. You probably want to go ahead and just call it a day and walk away.
I will say this: I do have a friend of mine I've known for a couple of years now. During the pandemic, she turned to OnlyFans and she didn't pull Mandy Rose money, but she pulled some pretty good money. And then she ended up meeting a guy and they got together, and then she had instant regret for doing it. She's like, I understand why I had to do it, but if I could do it again, I would have found another way. And that's what I'm talking about is sometimes you do something and it may take a year, 5, 10, 20 years. You're like, shit, why the fuck did I do that?
Well, that's pretty similar to girls that resort to being strippers when they're desperate for money. I know a few friends that have done that. It's like they do it at the time because they really need the money. But then somewhere along the line, just like what you said, it's like, mommy, kids start asking questions, and it's like, shit.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't think that through, did I?
No. And I think as a professional wrestler, and not just WWE, but all the other companies, if you're not hurting anybody, I don't see an issue with it. But I think the reason why that's frowned upon is because they're not getting a piece of that pie.
That's exactly why they're frowning upon it.
With Playboy, they got a cut of it. But now this is my money. I'm paying taxes on it. It's mine. Like, oh, well, we don't want you to do that. So it's kind of a kind of two-faced is what I'm looking for here.
It just goes to show how greedy the company is to begin with. It's like, you guys look at all the goddamn advertisements on the ring. Look at almost every match lately from when I was still watching. I haven't seen anything in a while. Almost every match seems like it's, it's brought to you by this. It's brought to you by that. It's like, how much money are you people rolling in? If these people want to do something on the side, leave them alone. Let them do what they want. Yeah. That's their business.
There's so much money rolling in because now ticket prices like double or triple, and
don't get me started on that shit.
You have that. You have the merchandise prices are up, and now we're not making enough money. We need to cut talent salary and cut people. Period. So
not making enough money with all the advertisements that are going around. They're gonna say they're not making enough money. Horse shit.
But here's the thing. If I was in Mandy's situation and WWE's giving me some shit, like saying, hey, we don't want you doing this. Just like, take a look at the bank account. Hey, I'm not getting what I need and I'm done. Let me go ahead and do my OnlyFans and concentrate on that. So I think she needs to go ahead and pick the path of least resistance and what looks good in her pocketbook. Because if she's making a lot more money than WWE's paying her, it's kind of clear. I think you need to just go ahead and that contract and like, okay, now I'm independent myself and I'm going to run my own business.
And it's not just that, but it's like I said, it's the regret down the road. Like the money looks great, but is it really worth it?
The regret is also how you present yourself. I get it. It's like OnlyFans is this one big site where you go to see naked people.
But there's
other stuff on there, what I understand.
There is other stuff on there.
There are people that have feet videos on there, and I'm like, I don't get the foot thing. By the way,
I've heard there's workout stuff too. So,
people cosplay. There's other things on there that you can do that you don't sell and that's all they're doing is they're selling their fucking bodies.
And when you take a look at it, when you take a look at daughter and son that finally got to see mommy's OnlyFans, it's like, well, what's she doing wrong? She's just looking beautiful in that bikini. She's taking some nice, cute photos. She's doing her costume, her cosplay, whatever. What's she doing wrong?
Yeah,
there's a way to be tasteful and still make money. Is it going to be a lot of money? No, because you still want that horny that horny demographic. But still, it's I think you can do what you can before you have kids, and then after kids, it's like, okay, now it's time to get creative.
Fair, I can agree with that. Segue into this next story, and it's about another former WWE superstar, which is Lacey Evans. I like Lacey Evans. Former Marine, all that good stuff. Former WWE superstar Lacey Evans is actively filing fraudulent DMCA claims in an effort to scrub the internet of articles and photos related to her OnlyFans career and even her WWE past. And she's using her real name, Macy Estrella, to do it. So pretty much Lacey is trying to erase everything that she's put out there, both in her WWE career and her OnlyFans career.
Good luck with that.
I think Mandy Rose tried to do something similar earlier in the year, and she failed miserably. These two stories kind of coincide together with what I was just talking about. This is the regret I was talking about. It's like, oh, fuck. And Lacey Evans, I do follow her on Instagram, and she does have her own little coffee shop business, and they have a farm and all that. They got a good thing going on, but she does the spicy content as well. I'll start with you, Psycho. Do you think she's barking up the wrong tree here, trying to get rid of all this shit that's already out there?
Yeah, I don't think she's going to be very successful in that endeavor. I mean, with WWE, yeah, they're not going to get rid of the content. They own that content. There is absolutely nothing she can do about that. And like we've been talking about, the whole thing about OnlyFans, it's like, well, you had to have known down the road that this is not something they can just easily. You can't just wipe it away. Wiping a spill on the ground. It doesn't work that way. This stuff is all over the internet. and people buying stuff on OnlyFans, again, that stuff doesn't go away. It's always there somewhere. It's like when they tell you, oh, you delete your messages, you delete your pictures. Guess what? It's still on the internet. It's still out there somewhere if you know how to find shit.
Yep.
So I mean, if she truly is feeling bad about putting all the stuff out and she wants it to go away, it's like, well, maybe you should have thought of that before you got invested in all this. Should have thought about it. You always got to think ahead. And it's, I don't know. I don't even know how long she's been doing it now, but
a couple years now, I think.
At least, right?
At least a couple years.
And from what I understand, between her and Mandy, they're charging outrageous prices.
And not only that,
but there's people paying it. So
not only that, but Lacey still does the cosplay as her WWE character at conventions. So she's obviously embracing the character. But I'm like, but if you're embracing the character and you're dressing up and calling your fans nasties, then why the fuck are you trying to erase the past that is WWE?
That's highly contradictive. Very much so.
I want to make money off of y'all, but y'all shouldn't make money off of me. I'm like, it doesn't work that way. You signed a contract.
No, not so much.
Charles, anything you want to add to that?
So what's her real name again?
Marcy Estrella.
Estrella, yeah.
Okay. Because I don't know her as Marcy. I know her as Lacey.
Yeah.
So she's not getting anything that's private to her because she's going by the character. So if you want to go ahead and really take a look at it, you want to erase content that you put out or that has your name on it.
Mm-hmm.
I see Lacey. I don't see Marcy.
Yeah.
I don't see that anywhere. So where's the Marcy stuff?
Well, I think her Fansly has her real name on it.
Okay. So delete your Fansly.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. And like it was pointed out very clearly by Psycho, this shit's on the internet. You really think you're just going to go ahead and take a brawny sponge and go ahead and
nothing
soak it up? No. There's still going to be there's still going to be drips around of people that have downloaded your shit or copied your shit. Trust me, there is going to be remnants. It ain't happening. And for you to sue, am I getting this right? She wants to sue WWE?
Yeah.
First off, there would not be a Lacey Evans without WWE.
That's true.
So basically, if you wanted to go ahead and sue WWE to go ahead and take down, well, WWE may want to sue you for taking that cosplay uniform out in public.
Yep. It goes both ways.
So it's very dumb, and that's why I say bitch.
Yeah,
she's actually using her real name on OnlyFans. I just looked it up.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but Lacey Evans or the formerly Lacey Evans in WWE, I think is how it's written out.
Well, if you're putting that name out there, then everybody is going to now link the two. And now all of a sudden, it's not just you anymore. Now it's WWE.
If you say Macy Estrella, people are like, who? Who the fuck is that? And then you say Lacey Evans. Oh, okay. I know who that is.
Nobody gives a shit about Macy.
It's a good example. We were doing the we were doing the Devil's Rejects review yesterday, and I was like, William Forsythe. And then I had to look up who the fuck he was. I'm like, oh, he's a dude from fucking Raising Arizona. Duh. Okay. Now I know who he is. You got to put the name with the face. And I just wasn't there. So, but yeah, I think everything that goes on the internet stays on the internet forever. It does not go away. I don't care what Snapchat says. Those snaps are out there somewhere.
Oh,
somebody has them.
Yeah, they're downloaded into a mega hard drive.
True.
Hard being the keyword.
Moving on. This is another story I've been kind of following for a while. And it's nepotism in WWE. And it involves the Undertaker and his wife, Michelle McCool. I'm going to paraphrase this because there's a lot here. But apparently, Freddie Prinze Jr. and Psycho didn't know this, but Freddie Prinze Jr. used to be in creative in WWE.
He didn't know that?
I feel like I might have known it at some point, but I probably forgot.
I've known that because he does talk about it. Pretty much, the creative had Michelle McCool losing her Divas Championship at the Rumble that year, which was right before WrestleMania. Creative had talked to each other. They were good with it. They were in a room with Stephanie and Michelle, letting her know what was going to go on. Michelle was not happy. She didn't want to lose the title at the Rumble. She would rather lose it at WrestleMania. Makes sense, but it is what it is. And then a couple of days later, one of the big head ups goes, "Hey, that storyline with Michelle, it's done." And Freddie's like, "What do you mean it's done?" And they're like, "Yeah, Michelle talked to Taker. Taker talked to Vince. It's done." And not only that, the fact that she's in the Hall of Fame and without Lay Cool deserves to be in the Hall of Fame more than just Michelle McCool. That's kind of an insult to Layla. Michelle McCool did nothing Hall of Fame worthy. It's just all Undertaker like, we should totally put her in the Hall of Fame. She's my wife. And I forget the name of the show, but there's a wrestling show where they have up and comers, where they have different coaches like Undertaker and Bubba Ray Dudley.
LFG or some bullshit?
Something like that. I've never watched. I just seen clips here and there. The original female coach was Mickie James. And I'm like, fuck yeah, she's fucking awesome. She's had a really good career. And then about halfway through the show, Mickie James is gone and Michelle McCool is in her spot. And not only that, but fucking on Undertaker's podcast, he had a co-host. He fired the co-host and put Michelle McCool in his seat. I mean, the more I read about Taker, the more I fucking don't like the guy, and storied career, but outside of that, he's a fucking dick. Charles, I'll start with you. Do you think this is nepotism?
It's definitely favoritism. He's just looking out for his wife.
I mean, I get that.
What do you want to do? I mean, listen, there's a way to conduct business and personal lives in a separate manner, and Undertaker doesn't get that. And he can be a dick, but you know what? He's a dick that has a lot of clout in WWE. He's done a lot of things with WWE. He's got people in high places in WWE. He can make his name known, and he could bring out the people in a bad way if you don't do his bidding, so to speak. So yeah, he's kind of got it by hostage. But let me ask you this: do you think Triple H would be where he's at if it wasn't for the daughter?
Ooh.
See, that's been on debate for years.
That's been a debate for
exactly.
But it's funny because they put them in that story. Vince put him in that storyline. It wasn't like Triple H was like, "Hey, let me hook up with your daughter."
No,
they put them in that storyline, and fucking nature took its course. They fell in love, and I see no fault of that.
I'm not saying there's fault. What I'm saying is there's favoritism around. You don't think John Cena's a dick but behind the scenes and burying talent?
He's been doing it for years.
Exactly. There's stuff going all over the place to make people happy. And with somebody that holds the belt, aka Tiffany Stratton, and they go ahead and they're wanting to go ahead and lose to an up and comer that she's never faced before to go ahead and get this big oversized 10-foot belt in Australia. And you think something's not going on over there? Tiffany Stratton doesn't have a clout yet.
Well, no, neither does Stephanie Vaquer, but I get what you're trying to say. But Stephanie Vaquer is so over with the crowd right now, it's unfucking real. Like Tiffany Stratton, she's had the title since the beginning of the year. Her time with that title is running out. She's going to lose it eventually.
Yeah.
I think she needs to. I think she needs to go ahead and kind of get her character a little more excited. You know what I'm saying? I think she needs to create an OnlyFans.
I don't think she's I don't think she's evolved her character very much over the last year since she's had the title. So
she hasn't had a lot of. I mean, the TV time that she does have, it's very whiny, bitchy, annoying voice. I mean, she's always had the annoying voice.
But she's been very battle tested with that belt. She's had to take over.
She has defended it. Yes, she's
been a fighting champion. No fault to that. But the character is kind of boring now. I'm like, okay, just fucking drop the title already. Go and take some time off, whatever. But my thing with Michelle McCool is I'm a firm believer she does not deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. She did not have the career that a Hall of Famer should have. Granted, I don't think the Bellas should be in there either, but that's a personal opinion, not Michelle McCool had the belt maybe 2 times, and one of them was when they broke the title in half, and Layla and Michelle had the title together. Not really storied. I mean, Undertaker obviously deserves to be there. I will never.
I don't think there's any question on that.
There's no way you're gonna question that just for the streak alone.
Yeah, and I feel like, I get it. You want to make the wife happy, but there comes a point where you got to put your foot in and go. No.
It's business or personal, and you cannot mix the two.
I agree.
That's the problem.
I just don't like Michelle McCool. I just don't like her. She's unappealing. I've watched some of her matches, and I'd rather watch Kelly wrestle than her.
I'd rather watch Ronda Rousey wrestle.
At least Ronda had a move set. At least she had some moves she could do. This is back Kelly and Michelle McCool back when the women's matches were fucking bathroom break matches, unless it was Lita or Trish. Those were the 2 exceptions. And I can't. No, I don't. I think everything that Michelle McCool has had handed to her in the last 3 years has been because of Undertaker, and I don't agree with that. I mean, I wouldn't if I had a wife in that situation. I'm like, no, if you want it, you go ask for it, but I do not want to put my name on it because I do have a reputation here, and I don't want it to be faltered or wavering because, oops, we should have hired her for this. I don't know. Maybe I'm the asshole.
I don't know. For me, it depends on how you look at the situation. Like, okay, like when you talk about his podcast, putting her on there. Okay, if it had been a situation where it was him doing it by himself and he just put his wife on there, it's like, oh, you know what? You want your wife to share in what you're doing. You want to do something together. I'm all for that. Look at Rob Zombie. He puts Sherry Moon in every single one of his films. Is it a bad thing? I don't think so. He's just giving his wife work, and she does pretty decent with whatever it is she ends up doing, especially with the Devil or the Firefly trilogy. She does a good job with all that. But here's my thing. If you start costing people jobs just to get your wife on,
which he did,
according to what you said, that shit is not right. You're costing other people their jobs when they didn't do anything to deserve it. It'd be one thing if the person wasn't doing their job. They weren't up to par. I get that. You don't do your job, you don't keep your job. That's just the way the world works. But, oh, yeah, you're doing a good job. But you know what? My wife's going to do that from now on.
Yeah.
Fuck off. It's like, no. That's
my whole basis of this whole thing is, you threw 2 people out of a show or a podcast to put her in that position. I don't agree. And she shouldn't be coaching the up-and-coming talent anyway. I'm sorry.
But here's the thing, too. Does she bring, for podcast purposes, does she bring anything to the podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, have you heard the podcast with Michelle? Because I haven't. I don't really give a shit.
No, I haven't.
But I'm just saying, if you go ahead and you fire this one dude, first off, why did you fire the dude? And number 2, does your wife actually bring in some sustainability to a co-host? Does she bring in any material?
I need to go listen to it. I really haven't listened to it.
I would have to, yeah.
I could have a better opinion about that once I listen to it. But
yeah, I definitely think a lot of favoritism going on with Undertaker. He just wants to make the wife happy, and he's got a lot of clout, and I think his ego is as big as his freaking frame. It's just, and he's using it.
The last topic, and when I saw this, I had to make sure I was reading it right because I'm like, no, there's no fucking way he said this. But apparently, Matt Riddle, formerly of WWE, bro. Matt Riddle has said that he would gladly accept a WWE Hall of Fame induction.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, would you blame him? I would love to go ahead and accept a master's degree for not doing anything. I would love that. That's pretty much what it is.
I mean, if we
wait. Excuse me. University of South Florida? Yes, I would gladly accept a doctorate from you if you'd offered it to me. Am I going to go to school for it? No. I want you to you offer it to me and I'll accept it. That's what I feel this is. I haven't done shit to earn it, but I'll accept it.
Yeah.
If you were any type of man and they did stupidly offer that to you, you're like, I haven't earned it. There's no way.
See, and if we're gonna put Michelle McCool in for doing absolutely nothing, then why not we'll put them in the losers bracket of the wing of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, have Matt Riddle and Michelle Cool, be a couple, because that would be right there. That would be lose cool.
My opinion on Matt Riddle being in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, no, no.
He has done fuck all to
I
deserve it.
I didn't have my damn it.
His best work was when he was working with Randy Orton. So and nobody liked him. He was such a dick. Yeah. Seth Rollins, even they had a little promo via satellite one time, and Seth pretty much was like, what about you? Your wife and your kids, they left you, they deserted you. Like Seth Rollins went deep,
yes,
on him, and it was no filter. Fuck this guy, I don't like him. It was legitimate heat.
I was about ready to ask it. Was that like
It was legit heat.
that storyline, or is that just like off the cuff?
It was both.
Okay.
Charles already gave his opinion. Psycho, what do you think about Matt Riddle being in the WWE Hall of Fame?
What, you couldn't tell from me nonstop laughing for about 2-3 minutes after you said it? That's not okay.
No,
that's a joke. What has he ever done in the company? I mean, come on, what accomplishments does he have? Seriously.
Nothing.
Somebody, please tell me what he's done. I mean, how many titles did he ever win? Is he a former world champion? No.
He won the tag belts once or twice.
Okay, so he never won the world title.
Nope.
He never won the WWE title. He never won the US championship. Am I correct?
No.
Does anybody know? No.
Didn't he have a tag team championship with Randy Orton?
Okay, well, aside from that, he didn't win any of the major titles.
No, never did.
So you did absolutely nothing to warrant. Okay, Marty Jannetty was a former champion. Okay, let that sink in a little bit. Okay,
wow,
let that sink in. Marty Jannetty did more for the company than Matt Riddle
pulled
ever
up
did.
Marty Jannetty. Wow,
I actually like Marty Jannetty personally, but I don't think he deserved what he got from Shawn, but you know what? Hey, you got to get rid of the dead weight sometimes in life, and you got to do what you got to do.
Amen.
Yeah, I saw that story, and I'm like, and I even saw it on TikTok too, and I'm like, okay, this is legit because I'm seeing it on multiple sources out there. It's a big hard no for me. I mean, he did less than Michelle McCool did. And that's saying something. So, yeah, exactly.
So no offense, bro. I don't think you. I mean, and if he ever hears this, nothing personal, bro. But I don't think you did anywhere near enough to warrant being in the Hall of Fame. If they put you in there, that just goes to show how absolutely desperate WWE is to put anybody in the Hall of Fame going forward, because they've already put damn near all of the big names that have been around since the early 80s. Come on. I mean, who's left?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing also, too, is that he hasn't done anything. But also, what brought this on, this Hall of Fame thing?
That's a valid question.
That's a valid question. I do not know.
Because if somebody was like, interviewing him, hey, bro, what's your best weed, man? You ever distilled her? Do you know Snoop Dogg? What would you do if WWE offered you a Hall of Fame? Yeah, man. I mean, I could get if that question was brought up by another person of higher substance, if you know what I mean. I could get that idea. But if he just randomly blurted that shit out like most dumbasses would, and he's a dumbass, I mean, probably, yeah. I mean, that's dumb. But if he was asked that question, I get.
This is how I picture this went down. Man, I should be in the Hall of Fame of the WWE. That's how I picture that went down. But
and then a couple hours later,
I
put that out. I put that out there for everybody.
Yeah, it's out there in the internet. It ain't going nowhere. Shit. It's everywhere.
Yep.
I meant to say that. I meant to say it.
I want to remove that from the internet.
Yeah, then we got a whole other story that Matt Riddle wants to delete any audio clips of him being stupid. I'm like,
There's
you
too
know,
much of that.
yeah, no shit. Well, on that note, that will conclude this episode. But before we do, Mr. Psycho, promote your shit.
Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. Not going to do it. All right, well, you can find me on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Repeat Movie Viewer. I'm actually currently working on a lot of different podcasts as well for my own podcast, Psycho Nerd Podcast. You can also find it on my YouTube channel. I'm doing a lot of recordings, as I said on our recent videos that we recorded yesterday. New content pertaining to my trip to Fantastic Fest. Had a lot of fun with that. A lot of things to talk about. Saw 31 movies for the second year in a row. Thank you very much.
Wow.
So yeah, a lot to talk about. Oh, and go see Obsession when it comes out next year. Go see it. Just saying.
Okay. I guess he's obsessed.
You're my obsession. You're my obsession. Yeah, okay. I am not a singer. No.
Yeah, we
No.
know that. Yeah.
I don't even do karaoke. Thank you very much.
Charles, promote your shit.
I don't know if I should. Right now, we're back doing shows.
Yay!
Brand new.
Yeah, I know. It's our first time back in a while. Yay!
Yeah, brand new blank studio. Hopefully, it'll have some decor later. But I'm just getting used to the 65-inch TV over here. My little sofa, my own dedicated space. I don't have to share it with anybody that does arts and crafts. So I'm happy for that. But right now, yeah. So the status of the Charles Richardson show currently is still Monday, Wednesday, 8 to 10 Eastern.
Yay!
Still, now that is subject to change based on the unfortunate career path that I have been taking. Unfortunately, so then that's personal. If don't need to go into it. I'm just career change is in process. We'll see how the time slots go, but there will still be a show. Just may have to be altered. Maybe it'll be pre-recorded. Who the hell knows? I may start my OnlyFans podcast with Mr. Johnson.
See, with that particular show, they'll ask you to put the clothes back on.
Well, and listen, whatever they do to go ahead and pay the subscription, which will be $9.99.
You cheap bastard.
And now, even for the first 100 viewers, you can only pay $1.99 to see one thing.
You're gonna be there for a minute on that price. I take it. Who the fuck is this guy? Ooh.
It's Dick Johnson.
Yeah. Ew.
Dick Johnson. Oh,
and again, I am DJ Zodiac. You can find the podcast, DJ Zodiac Podcast. Just Google. Just fucking Google the name. You will find us on YouTube for the video, Spotify and Apple Podcasts for the audio. Also find me on TikTok as well as Facebook. And I'm here to announce that me and the Psycho Nerd are launching a new podcast, The Real Movie Critics. We recorded 2 episodes yesterday. I'm dropping the first one along with this episode on Monday. So yeah, we will be reviewing Tron Ares this week, and the following week we're going to be doing The Devil's Rejects, and then the week after that we'll be doing Terrifier 1 and 2, movies I've never seen. So this will be a fresh perspective on a horror movie genre I've never seen. So
you're in for a fucking.
I know. I'm probably going to watch them tonight before I go, which probably is not a good idea. Now that I'm thinking about it.
But by the way, you telling everybody to search the Josh Zodiac podcast. If you're listening to the show, how'd you find it in the first place?
That's a valid point.
That's a valid point.
And
you're telling them to search, but they already found you.
Well, I'm saying for their friends, like, hey, you should search up this.
Yeah.
And get those subscriber numbers up.
Just
I want to
copy
get
the
the
goddamn link and put it on your Facebook. Share, or better yet, share the fucking show.
Or you know what I could do? Just put a QR code right there.
Yeah, put a QR code. Make things more complicated.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you go ahead and scan a QR code if you're watching the show from your phone?
Screenshot. Duh.
Goodbye.
I have thought about that actually.
He didn't think that far ahead.
Shut up, Greg. Anyway,
Yeah.
for the Psycho Nerd and for Charles, I am DJ Zodiac. This was DJ Zodiac Podcast. And until we meet again, remember, in a world of Superman, be the Green Lantern. We'll see you next time.